All right, if you're a contractor here in Oklahoma, you already know the paperwork can be, well, a bit of a headache. So today, we're going to cut right through the noise and simplify one of the most crucial parts of getting your license, the contractor bond. Let's dive right in.
Okay, here's the one number I want you to remember through all of this. $5,000. Just lock that in. Why? Because this single figure is the key for pretty much every contractor. We're talking electrical, plumbing, mechanical, roofing, you name it. Everyone regulated by Oklahoma's Construction Industries Board, the CIB. So what's the big deal with this $5,000 and what does it actually mean for you?
So here's how we're going to tackle this. We've got 5 simple sections. First, what exactly is this $5,000 bond requirement? Then, who actually needs to get one? After that, we'll walk through the 5 steps to get your license. We'll also cover the common mistakes to avoid. This is a big one. And finally, the bottom line. What's it going to cost you? Think of it as your complete roadmap.
All right, first up, the requirement itself. Look, this bond is not just another piece of paper you file and forget about. No, it's a fundamental part of what it means to be a licensed, trusted pro here in Oklahoma.
So what even is a surety bond anyway? The easiest way to think about it is like a professional guarantee. It's a 3-way handshake, right? It's between you, the state of Oklahoma, and a surety company. You're basically promising the CIB, hey, I'm gonna play by the rules. And that bond, that's there to protect the public financially in case things go sideways.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty for Oklahoma specifically. The amount? It's that same number again. A flat $5,000, doesn't matter your trade. Now this is super important. It's what's called a continuous bond. That means it doesn't just expire after a year. It stays active for as long as you hold your license. And see that 30-day cancellation notice? Tuck that away in your mind. We'll come back to why that matters.
Okay, so that's the what. Now for the big question. Does this actually apply to me? Let's break it down trade by trade and see exactly who's on the hook for this. And yeah, here you have it. If you're doing electrical, plumbing, mechanical, roofing, or you're a building inspector, the answer is a simple yes. That $5,000 bond is required for all of you. It's total uniform. But I want you to look over at that last column, the one for general liability insurance. This is where things get, well, really different for one group in particular.
Whoa, right? This really puts it in perspective. Most of the trades, you need $50,000 in GL coverage. But roofers? We're talking 10, even 20 times that amount. $500,000 for residential and a full $1 million for commercial jobs. And it makes sense, right? The risks involved in roofing, from property damage to injuries, are just on another level. This is a huge point of confusion for people. The bond is the same, but the insurance is a completely different ballgame.
Okay, enough with the what and why. Let's get to the most important part, the how. This is your action plan. We're going to walk through 5 super clear, step-by-step instructions to get your Oklahoma license active and ready to go.
It's actually a really logical process when you lay it out. Step 1, pass your trade exam. Can't do anything without that. Once that's done, you go purchase your $5,000 bond and get your GL insurance squared away. Then, and this is important, you send the original documents for both to the CIB. And here's the kicker. Your license isn't active until they've processed both of those papers. Not one, but both.
All right, lots of people get the basic steps right, but they get tripped up on the little details. So think of this next part as your pro tip guide. We're going to cover the top 4 mistakes that will absolutely delay or even derail your license application, so you can sidestep them completely.
So here they are, the big 4. Number 1, getting the bond in your business name instead of your personal name. We'll talk more about that in a sec. 2, sending in photocopies instead of the real deal with original signatures and seals. 3, getting the wrong amount of GL coverage, looking at you again, roofers. And finally, number 4, letting your bond lapse without having a new one lined up. Seriously, any one of these can bring the whole process to a screeching halt.
Okay, I really want to double-click on this one, because it is, without a doubt, the #1 mistake people make. Here's the deal. The CIB licenses you, the individual. They don't license your company. So that means your bond has to be in your personal name, not your LLC, not your S-Corp, your name. It's a hard and fast rule, totally non-negotiable.
All right, so we've covered the what, the who, and the how. Now let's get down to brass tacks. The question I know is on your mind. What is this $5,000 bond actually going to cost me? Let's talk real money.
Okay, first things first, let's get this out of the way. You are not paying $5,000. Phew, right? That number is just the coverage amount. What you actually pay is a small percentage of that, and it's called the premium. That's your real out-of-pocket cost for the year.
So, What determines how much you pay? It mostly comes down to your personal credit score. As you can see from this chart, it's pretty straightforward. If you've got great credit, you could be looking at as little as $50 to $100 for the whole year. And even if your credit isn't perfect, you're still just paying a small fraction of that $5,000, usually somewhere between $250 and $500 a year.
And that's really the whole shebang. Now that you know exactly what to do and what to avoid, the final step is actually getting your bond. You can get a quote totally free, no obligation, in just a couple of minutes. Just head over to buysuretybonds.com.